Detection of clean liquid level in atmospheric tank. Differential pressure level detectors Part 1. Introduction. In differential pressure type installations, the reference leg can be dry or wet, and the pressure in it can either correspond to the vapor pressure in the tank or provide a constant head when it is filled by a sealing fluid or by condensate. If the process vessel is open to the atmosphere, no reference leg is needed and the low pressure side of the differential pressure cell is open to the atmosphere. Clean liquids in atmospheric tanks. Unpressurized vessels containing clean liquids are the least demanding as far as level measurement is concerned, because the two most common sources of difficulties, vapor pressure compensation and plugging, are not present. Figure in next slide shows tanks equipped with 5 different types of level devices. Detection of clean liquid level in atmospheric tank by differential pressure instrument. This diagram shows the transmitter installation, and this one shows the local readouts installation. Request. It is hoped that this session is going to be useful to you. Please press like. Please subscribe. Type 1. Type 1 is a standard differential pressure transmitter with screwed connections shown with its low pressure side open to the atmosphere. This installation can be made by using a pressure transmitter instead of a differential pressure transmitter. The receiver gauge is normally calibrated for 0% to 100% level. Type 2. The flat diaphragm type differential pressure transmitter is shown on in tank installation 2. Compared to the standard differential pressure cell, the flat diaphragm type transmitter is simpler to install and it is nozzle mounted, requiring no other means of support. It also can be less expensive because only the diaphragm and the retaining ring are in contact with the process. As a result, only these parts must be made of corrosion resistant materials, whereas in the standard differential pressure cell, the entire body is exposed to the process fluids. Extended mount diaphragm seal differential pressure cell, that is A. Flush mount diaphragm seal differential pressure cell, that is B. Continuing with type 2. A flat diaphragm type pressure repeater can also be used in place of the differential pressure transmitter, in which case the receiver gauge will sense the actual hydraulic head instead of transmitted signal. Flat Diaphragm type pressure repeater is shown in the next slide. Pressure repeater mounted directly on the tank nozzle. Tank installation type 3 shows a motion balance local differential pressure indicator with the low pressure side vented to atmosphere. The same measurement can be made by using a standard pressure gauge. Motion balance differential pressure indicator is shown in the next slide. Motion balance type differential pressure indicator. Type 4. The level installation type 4 is detected by a manometer. Although this is one of the most accurate and economical devices to use for local readout, the consequences of mechanical damage with proper selection of the filling liquid must be considered. Type 5. The installation type 5 is basically an air bubbler system, which is detailed in another diagram in the next slide. Details of bubbler installation on an open, that is atmospheric, tank. Bubbler or purged dip tube. The bubbler or purged dip tube is a robust and simple level and mass measurement tool, often inexpensive. Everyone knows that the deeper a drinking straw is immersed in water, the more pressure is required to push liquid out of the dip tube and cause bubbles to come out at the bottom end. Bubbler type level sensors have been in use for as long as compressed gas has been available. When air bubbles come out of the bottom of the pipe, the pressure throughout the dip tube is essentially the same as the hydrostatic pressure caused by the immersion into the liquid. The effect is to transfer the hydrostatic pressure from deep in the vessel to a more convenient location. Measuring the level in wells. Not shown is a system usually portable wherein a miniaturized electronic transmitter is actually lowered by a cable containing its wiring into an atmospheric tank and down through the liquid until it reaches the bottom. The operator can tell that it is on the bottom when the level indication stops increasing. This is particularly useful for occasional tank gauging and for measuring the level in wells. Request. It is hoped that this session was useful to you. Please press like. Please subscribe.